I'm back. Hey road travelers, welcome back to my channel. If you're subscribed and if you are new, welcome to the world of Wiz. I'm Wiz and I hope that you do stick around and subscribe to become a part of my world. So in today's video, by the title, it's going to be a commuter life vlog. So I just finished Vlogtober yesterday and kind of had to plan and figure out my life and, you know, moving forward with YouTube and catching up on my personal life. So, you know, the grind don't stop because I still got to head to work. I actually start a 4-day trip tomorrow. And it's not commutable. Meaning I will not be able to fly in the same day that the trip starts. I will have to fly in today. So with that being said, I'm going to take you all along my commuter life journey, kind of in detail when plan A doesn't work. You guys know plan A is flying in the same day that my trip starts. So it's currently 9:42 in the morning. And we just got a lot to figure out. So I went ahead and opened up the amazing app called Staff Traveler. If you're a flight attendant or a pilot, you may or may not know about Staff Traveler, but it's an amazing tool to have. It's an app where you can request and submit flight loads for your airline or request flight loads for other airline, asking how many seats, how many unsold seats does that airline have and how many people are on the standby list. So it's just such a great tool. You can see all the direct options, you can see all the connecting options. Like it's just an amazing tool to have. So because I will have to commute in today instead of tomorrow, I went ahead and wrote out all the direct options from Jacksonville to NYC. If you're new here, I live in Florida, but I'm based out of LaGuardia, New York, and it's great. It's great because I have 3 airports that I could fly into to get me into the tri-state area. I have LaGuardia, I have JFK, and last but not least, I have Newark. If you're a road traveler, then you know that most times when I do have to fly in the same day that my trip starts, I have to leave out early in the morning to ensure that I'm there by my report time or an hour prior to my report time. But because we don't have to be there a day early, well, we are going a day early, but because we don't have to be flying in the same day that we work, we're gonna look into some direct options. And most of the direct options are usually in the afternoon, evening, nighttime. So when I get asked, well, why don't you take a direct flight to LaGuardia? Because the time that I need to be in New York doesn't allow me to wait around for the direct flight leaving out of Jacksonville to get me into base, because we don't want any missed trips. We don't want a meeting for why we weren't present, you know, at our gate. We don't want no drama, okay? No drama when it comes to commuting. So I went ahead and searched up all of the direct options between Jacksonville to LaGuardia, Jacksonville to JFK, and Jacksonville to Newark, and there are quite a lot. So let me open up my maps. All right, so it's 9:42. Within my airline right now, we do have commuter assistance, meaning we get assistance to and from base. So I am planning on getting on a 5 p.m. flight out of Jacksonville into LaGuardia, arriving at 7:12. Now this is perfect because I have not cooked, I have not meal prepped. I was so busy with Vlogtober that I didn't give myself a chance to go to the grocery store and purchase groceries to cook. So we went ahead and put an order on Walmart.com to have groceries delivered to us. My delivery time is between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. so I hope that they come around the early 10 a.m. time frame instead of the later 10 a.m. time frame, just so I could start cooking and getting my life together. So even though I am booked on that flight, I have a guaranteed seat on that flight. I have options and backups for my backups because life of aviation, expect the unexpected. Sometimes a delay may happen due to a late inbound, mechanical issue, crew rests, missing a crew, lightning strikes on the ground, weather en route and they have to be rerouted. There's just so many factors that can factor into you know, your flight being late or why you shouldn't get on a flight and you should resort to a plan B. So I also have a plan B of leaving on a flight out of Jacksonville at 6:20, arriving into LaGuardia at 8:30. My plan C is leaving out on a flight at 6:45, arriving into JFK at 9:01. Plan D is leaving out at 7:52, arriving into LaGuardia at 10 p.m. And my last but not least, Plan E, leaving out of Jax at 8:05, arriving into Newark at 10:21. I have backups for my backups. You never want to find yourself in the airport trying to scatter and scram and figure out a plan B. I usually plan out all my options, all the scenarios at home. So if something were to happen in the airport or on my way to the airport, I could just go back to my list and figure out, okay, Wiz, so let's figure out where our next aircraft is coming from. You know, how many minutes does it have until it lands, what terminal it's going to be landing out of. I have a pretty good lineup. So no 2 days are ever going to be the same. So today is Monday, and there are 6 direct flights between Jax to JFK, 4 direct flights between Jax to LaGuardia, and 7 direct flights between Jax to Newark. Not every day that these flights exist in the market. Certain days allow for more flights, certain days allow for less flights, and certain days allow for no flights. So you always have to just double check that this flight exists when it exists. Just because it leaves out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday doesn't mean that it's going to be present Thursday, Friday. You have to factor in the day of the week, if you're flying around a holiday, what time of the day you're flying out of, between traffic en route to the airport, or if you got to take the bus, if you got to take the train, or if you're commuting in by air. So there are a lot of things that you have to factor into when it comes to commuting. So usually, because I could never catch any of these direct flights, because like I said, they're usually in the early afternoon, evening time, I usually double leg it through Atlanta and in Atlanta to LaGuardia, just to ensure that I am present and in base an hour prior to my report time. So we need to cook. We need to finish packing our last minute items. I need to write out what I'm gonna cook and plan out what I am gonna cook. I went ahead and ironed my uniform. I'm just gonna need to take a shower and then figure out what I'm gonna do with my hair. Keith is currently at work, so by the time that I'll be leaving, he'll probably be coming home within an hour of my departure from the house. So I need to ensure that I take Papa's out, feed Papa's, and just get the house in order. So I'm gonna go ahead and request an Uber to the airport. Reasons I request Ubers or Lyfts to the airports, because lately it's been like such a long wait with having a driver being dispatched to you, and I don't live too close to the airport, so I just want to ensure that I have no issues when it comes to getting a driver and being at the airport early, just to avoid any stress. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh my gosh, there's just so much. Yeah, woohoo! You guys, I was just about to stress about my groceries arriving on the later end of my delivery time. I was hoping that it would come closer to the early 10 a.m. side, and it is. So my driver, hey Matthew's gonna be here in 7 minutes, so this is perfect. Once he comes here, I can just go ahead and collect my groceries and get to cooking. I'm so excited. Okay, that's just one less thing that I have to worry about. Ensure that I have all of my required items. That's something else to think about as a commuter, especially if you're commuting by flight. You can't tell the plane to turn back around because you forgot something at home. So you just always have to ensure that you have all of your required items. I need to go ahead and charge my work phone. I need to go ahead and charge my personal phone, charge my headphones. I just need to get my life together. So that's what we're gonna do. I wouldn't know the first thing about having a crash pad. I'm not a crash pad person. I've contemplated, you know, doing the whole crash pad thing, and at the last minute I would like just say, can't do it. You know, just the thought of living in a home with different people, sharing the same kitchen, sharing the same bathtub as them, it just kind of makes my skin crawl. It's not for me. So if you kind of want information on crash pads, you could go on Facebook and Google and like search different crash pad, like just look up crash pads on Facebook and different groups will pop up. I usually have one Airbnb lady that I usually stay with. and she's not taking reservations. I think I was one of the last few people that she took in like early last year, and because she lives with her older parents, she was just like, no. And I respect her, you know, but her home was always the cleanest. I felt comfortable. I didn't have to share a bathroom when I was staying there. She allowed me to use her kitchen, her freezer, to put my food in there, to put my ice packs in there. She was always so sweet, you know, very accommodating. She just made me feel at home, you know. So the other Airbnbs, they're just not clean to my liking. Some of them are shared rooms, and then some of them will be like $50 a night, and then they'll add like a pandemic fee, a service fee, a cleaning fee, a New York tax fee, and then by the end of it, they ask it for $275 for a night. Like, no, 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 no. So my friend was nice enough. I reached out to her. I was like, hey girl, can I crash in your room? And she's like, yes. So once we arrive into New York, we're gonna go to her place, but I'm gonna respect her privacy. We're not gonna vlog in her home. I'm just grateful that I could, you know, spend a few hours before I have to head back to the airport. So let me get my life together, and I'll come back to you most likely when I'm dressed, because I still gotta cook and do a lot of things. So yeah. So I am dressed. It's currently 2:48. My Uber is gonna arrive in 28 minutes. Feeding y'all's favorite nephew before I leave. I need to pack up my lunchbox. Just finished washing all the dishes. I'm leaving a clean home with clean clothes and clean dishes. The only thing that needs to be taken out is the trash, and that's up to Keith. So yeah, I have my dry goods and my bowl that I'm gonna be eating out of, and then my tumbler. But yeah, that's what's happening. Once we get in the Uber, if you watched my flight attendant safety traveling tips video, I can't remember which Vlogtober day that was. That was like more on an earlier day. You guys know my Uber and Lyft routine. So I'm probably gonna eat this banana just to fill me up just a little bit more, and then we'll make our way to the airport shortly. Alright y'all, so it's about 4 o'clock. Just made it here to the airport. 5 stars for my Uber driver. I'm currently printing out my boarding pass, and then I'm going to explain to you guys why I'm in uniform even though I'm not working today. Once we pass security, it's a bit packed in here, so give me one moment. Alright, so I was telling y'all that 5 stars for my driver because I really don't like when drivers try to like force a conversation. You know, it's okay. We could be quiet. We could ride this long drive to the airport and not say a word to each other. And he also communicated with me that there was really bad accident on his way to pick me up. So he communicated well with me when he needed to, and I appreciate that. So just printed out my boarding passes. You guys know I print those out in case anything were to happen, if I have to call in honest, or if this flight ends up being delayed, knock on wood. I have proof that I was at the airport. I printed out my stubs. And yeah, so we're about to make our way through security, and after we pass security, I'll let you know why I'm in uniform even though I'm not working today. Alright, just made it through security, and the reason why I am in uniform even though I'm not working is because 1, I have 3 bags, and 2, I have liquids greater than 3 ounces. So if I'm not in uniform and I go through our known crew member and I am random for additional screening, 1, they're going to confiscate all of my liquids greater than 3 ounces. And 2, when it's time to board, the gate agent's gonna make me check a bag. So to just avoid the hassle of checking a bag and getting my stuff thrown out, we commute in uniform, okay? We're just walking to our gate, so. So it's 4:15, my commute flight just got in. I planned this all to flow smoothly to kind of arrive before my commuting flight got here, because usually I'm arriving at the airport right at boarding time, but I arrived here like an hour before departure just so I'm not rushing and I can pace myself to get to my gate. So flight leaves out at 5, so they'll probably start boarding at around 4:30, and our commute, it's flowing. Just made it on my flight. Got to upgrade to first class, so sitting at the bulkhead, had to put all my bags up and reconfigure everything, but I'll let y'all know when I get to New York. Hey road travelers, it's 7:30, just made it here to New York. We came into the new concourse, so I'm gonna make my way into one of the older concourses so I can leave my ice packs in the freezer in the crew room and pick it up tomorrow morning, because my friend just gave me a heads up that there isn't much fridge space, so that's fine with me. And then make our way to ground transportation. So once I catch my breath and put my items back, or put my items in the crew freezer, I'll come back to you all and close the vlog out. Hey road travelers, so I could have sworn that I ended the vlog out, but I wasn't pressing record the whole time. Why do I feel like scheduling is calling me? And they are. My friend was able to drop me off this morning before going to work. I had to go back down to the crew room, pick up my food, and get on the aircraft. And our flight was supposed to leave out at 7:35. It's currently 6:56, but we are now delayed until 8:09. And I want to say that it's due to crew rest with our pilots. They have yet to arrive. They probably started the trip yesterday or a couple days ago, and they overnighted here, and they had like the bare minimum of rest, and pilots are supposed to get X amount of hours, so I'm pretty sure that's what the delay is for. So nonetheless, I'm here. As long as I'm here and accounted for, I'm good. You know, as long as they know I'm here, that's all that matters. I don't want no one to put a delay on me. But I did want to thank y'all for watching this commuting video. Oh, I did want to say that one of my commuting flight attendants, she was such a sweetheart. She's actually a world traveler. I did not catch her name. She was so sweet. She spotted me in the gatehouse, and she told me that she was telling herself, what are the odds if she sees or meets me? And she's like, oh no, that won't happen because I normally fly out in the morning. She's like, yes! She was so sweet. And she was telling the gate agent, yes, she can pre-board just so she could put her bags up. She was asking me if I wanted like water. And then I ended up getting upgraded on that flight. I think I told y'all I was upgraded to first class. Not one of my favorite seats, the bulkhead. I don't really like the bulkhead because I feel like I can't stretch my legs out the way I want to. I don't like to put my feet up on the wall, and I can't leave my bags at my feet. I would have to constantly go up, put my bags up for landing, put my bags up for takeoff. I wanted to share that little story time with y'all. But like I said, we're on the aircraft. It's an early morning and we only have one flight today, so you guys will probably see this work vlog in the upcoming week, next week. I'm still trying to get my life together after Vlogtober. I have to create a new schedule for you all. So yeah, this work vlog will come out soon. Y'all will see that. But we're currently about to work one leg from LaGuardia to Toronto, and then we have like a 21+ hour layover in Toronto. So that is long. Y'all know I love working the morning flights. I get the whole rest of the morning, afternoon, and evening to myself. Like, I love that. Okay, so I did my pre-flights, did my security checks, put my bags up. We're just waiting on the pilots at this point, just so boarding can commence and we can make our way over to Toronto. So thanks for watching this commuting video. Be sure to give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. We're gonna comment a plain emoji to let me know that y'all watched this video up until the end, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye road, bye.